there anything you want to do today? Postures or body parts, anything you want to mess with? Where at? Glutes or hamstrings? Glutes? Both? You all know I'm stingy with hamstring stretches, but we'll do a few. Some shoulders? Okay. I'll tell you why I'm stingy with the hamstring stretches. So, for most of us, right, we have anterior pelvic tilt. That means the front of your pelvis is falling forward. And then these spinal erectors are getting all crammed up. That's from tight hip flexors, from having to sit, right, from these things not having a length. I know it's been like millions of years, but like we still don't stand up very easily, right? So this is a challenge just to get length here. Well, your sit bones, these are called your ischial tuberosities, your sit bones. Your hamstrings are going to attach there. So when your hamstrings are properly tensioned, they're going to create this, right? Now your belly button can draw in from the front of the pelvis. So now you got the back of the pelvis, the bottom engaged, right, and going down, and then the belly can draw in. Your belly button, your abs will never beat your hip flexors. Not a chance, right? But with these hamstrings in the game, now it's a different story. So that's why it's super important to keep these engaged. Now, when we stretch, right, really, if we go into forward fold, the breakdown of forward mountain pose, Tadasana, right, is here. Everything's set up. Then my arms come up. So see, my sit bones are down. Then as I go into my forward fold, I still have to hold this because this is called an eccentric engagement. It means that as the muscles are lengthening, they're still engaged, right? So I got to hold this the whole time, right? Easier way to see is like, think of my bicep. When my bicep shortens, concentric, right? This is easy. This is when the muscle's shortening. But now I got to keep the muscle on as it goes, as I start to lengthen it. See how I don't lose any of that? That's eccentric. What's this? Isometric, right? Without movement. We do a lot of this in yoga. I try to put concentric and eccentric in there for you, but a lot of our poses we hold, right? And we're hugging that muscle to bone. So we're going to play a little bit dynamic so that we can work that, but that's kind of the idea. You want to keep the muscle on the whole time. I've said to y'all in the past, like, honestly, that's one of the main things I teach down in Soma. Eccentric engagement, right? How do you keep muscles that are lengthening active? That's super challenging. This shit's not easy. So we're going to cue it through. But for the hamstrings, the ones that I always say to you is like pull your heels to your butt and your butt to your heels. So what's that action mean? It's like I'm doing this, right? But I'm not really bending my knees. And as I do that, how do hamstrings shorten? The other one is when the hip extends. That's bicep femoris, the outside one. But that's what I got to keep. So pull your heels to your butt to your heels. That'll start to keep that anchor, right? Easier said than done? Shit, yeah. And when we get to glutes, even harder, right? Because glutes deactivate. I wish I could say to someone, it's your quads. 99% of the time, it's not. It's hamstrings and glutes. We got to keep those activated. So, you ready? Let's play. What was it? Hamstring, glutes, and shoulders? Okay. And what? And core? Okay. I told you I would go pack sandbags. See, that beach is real fun in the summertime, right? When it's all sun shining and shit, right? It's all calm. Yeah, it's a different story now. All right, take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Take a few breaths. This is that time where we say we center ourselves. So we take a full breath in, complete breath out, maybe a few rounds of those. That's like turn to your breath. And you're going to have a few more areas that you can work on, right? You could slow down the beginning of the inhale and push more on the end of the exhale. And count out the breath. So if the inhale's 2 or 3 seconds, make the exhale 2 or 3 seconds. Or find Ujjayi breath. Then as we turn inward, we set an intention. So what is it that we want to receive from our practice today? Some of us are coming to work on our poses. Some of us are coming to exercise, to rehab injuries, to spend time with your friends, your kula, right? If there's any phones on, can somebody shut them off, the ringers, please? All ringers off, if any phones are in the room. Take a few breaths. Sit up tall. Lean back a little bit so you feel those sit bones start to root. Let the shoulders settle back just a little bit. You're not trying to pull your shoulder blades to the midline, but we're not trying to let our shoulders round forward either. Take your throat back, like the back of your neck to the wall behind you. Bring the chin to the, like down just a little bit. We're not trying to touch it to our chest, but we don't want it to be up into the sky either. And now hold that space. Feel the belly button drawing into the spine. Feel the shutters closing. So the shutters are the bottom of your ribs, the top of your abdominal wall. You want to pull those ribs down and back. Next inhale, let the arms lift. Let the exhale bring the thumbs to touch, and then the pinkies, and the pointer fingers, and the ring fingers, and the middle fingers. It's like the petals of the lotus closing. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. Take your right hand out to the side. Turn the palm forward, so we're taking the shoulder back. Take the left hand up and over. It's like you're palming a basketball. You're holding your head. Breathe up into your hand, and then take that little side bend to the left. Keep turning that bicep up towards the sky. Keep breathing here. Now you got a couple options. You can look up. That's SCM, sternocleidomastoid, like this chunky muscle right here. You can look down. There's those upper traps. You can do all of them if you want. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Now the wider that your hands are apart, the more accessible this is going to be. The closer they are, the more challenging this is going to be. Maybe even look up a little bit. And then exhale, front. Swap the legs. Take that left hand out. Turn the palm towards the sky. Right hand up and over. Breathe up into the palm. Take that little side bend. So good supination here in the shoulder here, right? External rotation. And then we start to feel. Do we want to stay here? Awesome. We want to look up. We want to look down. Same awesome. Just wherever we want to take the pose. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Keep the belly in. Here's your shutters. Shutters want to blow open. Whoosh, close them. Exhale, hands in front. Spin around all fours, hands and knees. Hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. We just don't want our point, so we don't want this, where our pointer fingers are turned in. See what happens in my shoulder? See how it's disengaging here? If I turn out that little bit, that's going to integrate. We want that. Start to hug the hands into the midline and feel the forearms start to ignite. Squeeze your biceps, these muscles here, starting to support that elbow joint. Sweep your inner heels out, hug your shins in. Pull your heels to your butt. There's those hamstrings. So you feel a lot of energy coming up your legs into your hips. In the arms, as you hug in, you're feeling it come up into the shoulders and the chest and the upper back. Slide the back of the neck towards the ceiling. As the chin comes to the chest just a little bit, you're going to bring your gaze right across your fingertips. Now pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Now breathe, low mountain. So here's an isometric engagement. Every muscle is hugging into bone. One more breath. Right arm up, left leg back, spinal balance. So my toes are only maybe 4 or 6 inches off the floor. What happens if I do this? Anterior pelvic tilt. We definitely don't want that, right? Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. I have seen this exercise, right? This is not what we're doing. We're doing extension out of the hip. So we're trying to turn on glute, that lateral hamstring. Exhale, lower. Right arm up, left leg back. Now the thumb points up, the toes point down. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. As you lift, lift from the inner upper edge of the forearm, the inner upper edge of the thigh. Exhale, lower, put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back. Your exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Exhale, lower, stay with your breath. And then as you come up, you reach back out of the heel. You reach forward out of the fingertips, forward out of the crown of the head. We even breathe and expand side to side. So now we're moving dynamic. One more each side. So if you started with your right arm and left leg, finish with your left arm and your right leg, or whatever your side two is, we'll meet back in that low mountain. I do this with you all a lot, right? This is not a hangout pose. You are not waiting for me to say the next pose. This is the pose, right? Your muscles should start quivering a little bit because that's how much engagement you're putting into them. You're squeezing them into bone. One more breath. Step back to plank. In plank, my shoulders are on top of my wrist crease, and I'm reaching out of my heels. So if you're not sure what that looks like, you can look up front. You could see I'm in dorsiflexion. See, I'm not here yet. This is chaturanga. This is never. So we're here or here. Right now in plank, we're heels back. Now lift the hips, come back to downward dog. First downward dog, you could bend the knees. You could bend your knees on every downward dog. But here we could bend it and just soften it up a little bit. So we could work the upper body a little more, the arms and the shoulders. So as you hug the hands in, keep your forearms lifting up away from the mat. Keep your inner biceps lifting up away from the mat. There's that little bit of external rotation that you feel. You're really just controlling so that the inner biceps don't fall down and you go into a deep internal rotation, right? You got to balance the energy out. So keep those inner biceps lifting up. Now slide the back of your neck or your throat forward so that your cheek or your ears are going to be in line with your biceps. Keep the legs charged up. Stay with the core. Now to go deeper, you push the hands down and forward, and you take the chest back towards your toenails. Now you'll really see the biceps coming in line with your cheeks or your ears. And then if you want to straighten the legs, got to pull your heels to your butt to heels, then start to stretch from the hip, down the back of the legs, and out of the bottom of the heels. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Stay with your breath. On the inhale, drive into that plank. Feel the heads of the arm bones stay rooted into the socket. Plank's a powerful pose, right? There's no like rippling into plank. Those cues, that doesn't go together, right? The action here is drive into that plank, power pose. One more. This time as we come forward, let the exhale lower, chaturanga. That's where I bring my feet straight up and down. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. So you could stay low here, right? Some of you that want to come up a little bit higher, come up a little higher, but shoulders are back and down away from your ears. After the 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. See, it's easy to let our head hang here in downward dog. Your head hangs all day long, staring at your phone, computer, everything in the front body, right? Here, activate the muscles in the back of the neck. So slide the back of that throat forward to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. Feel that connect to the upper back. Now as you take the chest to the toenails a little deeper, you really feel that change. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Spin the hands out. Cobra, baby cobra. That's how you keep the shoulders nice and safe. 3 breaths. In your chaturangas. When you're ready, lower the chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Exhale, lower the knees. Sit back on your heels. Take your right arm in front. Plug it in. Bring it across the body. Don't let the arm unplug out of the socket. Keep it plugged in. It should only go like across the midline. Okay, so here, in your planks and your chaturangas, it's like you're spinning the lids. I guess you're tightening the right or your left, and you're loosening the right. So it's like spinning the lids on the ball jars. So when my hands are down, I'm doing this. I'm not moving. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm in front, plug it. I'm making sure that this energy doesn't take over, right? So we're gonna spin out. And as I spin out, what happens? I'm connecting back here. We're gonna try it just in a second. One more breath. Yeah, it was messing with me yesterday. It was like loud, or it was quiet. I'll mess with it in a second. And then exhale, release. Inhale the arms up, exhale the hands down, all fours. So here's the action, right? You're spinning your right hand like you were going towards the brick wall. You're not moving it, you're just spinning the energy out. The left one, you're spinning towards the wall with the window and the door. You feel that hit your back of your arms back here and into the shoulder? That's what we want. Now keep that. Step back to plank. Keep that. Push back, downward dog. See, now in downward dog, it gets a little easier. That's where you got to lift the biceps and the forearms. But in the hands, you feel it change a little bit. In the plank, you got to really work the hands. It's just because the weight's different right now. Think of where the weight is now. We're getting the weight back into our legs. Let's try it. Inhale, come forward to plank. Spin the lids. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, lower back to chaturanga. Spin the lids. Push back up through plank. Back to downward dog. Nice, y'all. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. High on your fingertips of your blocks. Push down into your front heel, pull that heel back. Push down into the ball of that left foot, drag it forward. As you're lifting the top of this left thigh up, soften the top of the right thigh down. Try to get it parallel with the floor. Keep the power. Is it coming out? You hear it? Okay. One more breath. You're welcome. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. Pull the belly button in. You got to keep working that front heel. Remember, eccentric on this glute on the right side, right? You got to keep this muscle on even though it's lengthened. Reach up. Maybe curl back a little bit. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. Left hand stays down. Turn the bicep forward to root the shoulder back. Draw the right elbow back. Maybe reach up. Twists are above the waist, so you can't let that left hip drop on you. It's going to try to. If it's dropping, you're going to unwind your twist a little bit. You're going to rebuild the hips to neutral. Then you're going to go a little bit deeper into the twist. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Work the lids on the jars. Y'all do a lot of chaturangas with me, right? Like a lot of vinyasas, no doubt. So we want to make sure that as we're doing these, they're safe and productive, right? We don't want shit to unwind. We're working too hard for that. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. So hug that knee to the chest as it steps through. Fingertips or blocks. It's all about your spine here, right? Is your spine straight? See, as I'm going to lower my hands to the floor, I can't let it happen here. I got to be here. Neutral spine. Yep. And now I'm pushing down. I'm not just hugging front to back. I'm hugging side to side, right? The push down is top to bottom. Pull that pelvic floor up like from your junk. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Heart's reaching out front like chakras. Throat's back. Gaze is out in front of the mat. Reach through the crown of the head. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. Keep the right hip squaring forward. It's oblique sling is left oblique to right oblique to left adductor. Reach up through the thumbs, beyond crown chakra. Maybe curl back. Back of the heart, lifting up through the front of the chest. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. The right hand stays down. Remember, turn that bicep forward. Maybe the left elbow draws back, maybe it reaches up to the sky. But don't lose that right hip. Reach the heel back on that right leg, actually. On the left leg, you want to pull the heel back to you, but you want to reach the knee forward. That's how we get organic expansion, even in that deep flexion. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hands, step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Now, feel what your legs are like. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up. Now, pull the belly in. Bring the sit bones down. Hold that. Fold. See if you can keep a deeper connection on the back of those legs as you fold. That's where we want to be. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Right, so we got a chance to kind of feel both ways. If you can control it, right, that's what you want. If sometimes you need to like back up a little bit to reconnect, then that's where we want to be. Right, yoga's not about as many reps as possible. Yoga's about alignment. Right, how can we do the best pose that we have? As you look forward, feel the spine lengthen. That's the whole back line, back fascia line. Now maybe fold deeper. The fascia line goes from underneath your heel, through your calves, your hamstrings, and those spinal erectors, all the way up to your skull. Keep the arms plugged in here in forward fold. Sometimes we disengage the arm bone. You should have little short arms like T-Rex or like a robot. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up, take that right hand behind your back. I love a chair pose request, so I saw that. We'll get to that shortly. Now push your head back into your forearm. Yep. And then draw. This is a big junction into the arm and the shoulder. Pec, serratus anterior, lat. This is why I tend to do this with y'all. This big muscle right here, lat. That's what we're trying to open a little bit. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Swap side two. Legs, full on. I'm full mountain pose, hugging in, every muscle hugging the bone. They're starting to shake a little bit. That's what I want. That's time under tension. Stronger. As you stand up tall, let it happen in between your shoulder blades, but from your head to your butt. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up, belly in, sit bones down. Fold. See, if the sit bones go up, you really stress the attachment. And hamstring attachment, for as powerful as hamstrings are, is whack, super small. Fold a little deeper in the pose. Take the right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin, left hand to your fingertips, your block, your hip. If you want to reach up, I know some of y'all like to reach up, you flip the back of your right hand to the outside of your foot, of your left foot. And then you reach that left arm up towards the sky. Inhale, come back to center, fold down the middle. When you're ready, swap side two. Feel what feels good to you, right? What's the feeling you're looking for in the pose? One's never going to be better than the other, right? They're all going to be awesome. It's what your practice is. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arm. Chair, Utkatasana. So we want to go hip hinge before knee flexion. That way we get glute med and piriformis turned on. Lift the arms up. Pull your shutters closed. This has to close. Sit bones down. Sit back deeper. Charge the legs. Core. Lift the arms. Sit back deeper. Leg. Core. Head and shoulders. Arms, sit back deeper, push down, rise up. Nice, y'all. Exhale, fold. In. fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. Push the front leg straight. You could use your blocks here. Square your right hip forward and down. Look forward. Now fold to the inside of that left leg. But look as I'm folding. My chin isn't going first. My upper back isn't rounding. This wants to happen to me. Of course it does. This is the misalignment of life. We got to go this way. Head and throat back. Chest comes first. Be careful of the hyperextension. There needs to be a micro bend in the knees. Look forward again. Climb the spine out of the waist. Like drag your fingers back towards your back foot. It's going to pull your spine forward. And maybe fold one more breath. Look forward. Bend into the lead knee. Step forward. So push from your right foot to your left heel. That's how you get the glute to kick on. Reach the left leg back. Reach out of the heel. That's out of the hip. Then we push the front leg straight. We square the left hip forward and down, see, because it wants to do this. So we're going forward and down. Then I'm looking forward, and then maybe I'm folding down the inside of that right leg a little bit more. If it feels good to stay up tall like this, awesome. If it feels good to go hands to the floor, same awesome. You're feeling hamstring from the sit bone to the back of the leg, right? But then you're feeling the front of the shin from the knee down into the foot on that right leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Next inhale, look forward. Bend into that lead knee. Push from your left foot to your right heel. Step forward. Swing the arms up. Big reach. Hand grab the left, side bend to the right, to the brick wall. Now, if you want to work the balance in the right leg up, and you're adducting, so you're hugging into the midline. You're letting the left hip settle to the wall with the wind for just a little bit. It's closed. Take your head and take your arms back a little deeper. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. You're going to plug the left leg up. Whoosh, plug it up. Then look to the bricks as you go towards the wall with the window and the door. Now you're going to root down from your hip into your heel, but you're going to peel up from your hip through the ribs here, intercostal muscles, through the arm, up and out of the crown of the head, up and out of the fingertips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk the hands out in front of you. Reach the right leg straight back. Come to standing split. Now, we want to reach that right leg back until our left heel gets real heavy and we can move our toes on our left foot. Now, inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Reach the right heel to the sky. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. One more. Big hamstring opener. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Take a breath. Lower the right leg. Take another breath. When you're ready, reach the left leg straight back. Your block would definitely be your friend, right? I could be boosted up here. That'll give me a little more space. Now I reach my left heel back till my right heel gets heavy and I can move my toes on my right foot. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Reach the left heel to the sky. It deepens the opening in the back of the leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Stay with your breath. One more. After that last one, lower that left leg. Walk the hands back in. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up. Big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Stay with your breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Place the hands. Step or jump back. Downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So flow through a little bit here. Vinyasas are a different challenge in yoga, right? It's us linking poses together. Definitely dynamic. There's momentum involved in this also, right? Which means you have to control that. times that's eccentric engagement. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels, take a little break. Child's pose, Vajrasana. Vajrasana is this. This is the one I show you all the time. You're sitting back onto your heels, but your toes are curled. This is really extension of your toes. That's why this is pretty intense. It's everything lengthening. But we're pretty tough on our feet, so this is a big stretch through the toes, through the arches. So if this feels good, stay here. If child's pose is your flavor, go for it. Here in Vajrasana, this is called Yana Mudra, where your pointer finger and your thumb touch at the tip. Then you take your heel of your hand, and you're going to go at the crease of your hip. So your fingers drape over your thigh, and then close your eyes. And you go full breath in, complete breath out. You do a few rounds. If this gets too intense on your feet, you inhale, come up, you wiggle your toes a little bit, you curl, and you sit back again. But don't just bear like heavy weight down. Keep hugging the shins into the midline, and you're going to feel like you're floating a little bit. Inhale, come up, open the eyes, exhale the hands down. Turn the hands out. Belly in. Sit bones are going to reach towards your heels a little bit. Right? Here's the misalignment. It's got to be this way. Now that's too much, right? Not enough. I got to find that sweet spot. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to walk your hands together so that your pinkies touch, go for it. If you want to step back to plank, go for it. If you want to hit Mayurasana arm balance, you can come from plank. The one I tend to show y'all is with the knees bent like this and the toes touch. This makes it a little more accessible. You're going to look forward, bring the elbows into your belly. As you come up, here's glutes. I got to use those butt cheeks to lift up. Now, if you have something in the front that gets in the way in this pose, I do not have something that gets in the way, okay? If you can understand what I'm getting at. You're going to take the block like this, and you can take your elbows like this. Now, as I do the pose, I got a little space here to get by. So if that helps you, go for it. Nice, y'all. Yeah. That block really helps, right? It definitely gives a little more space to kind of work the pose. All right, let's inhale, unwind. Sit back on your heels, give a little spin. We all have something that gets in the way one time, sooner or later, right? That's how it goes. I almost sometimes feel obligated to do Gomukhasana, cow facing, when we do Mayurasana. I'm like, oh, look, we all got, this is, you can see where I'm getting at, right? All right, inhale, come up, exhale, hands down. When you're ready, step back to plank. We're going to take 10 nice breaths in plank, okay? If you feel you want to fire up a little more, right arm up, left leg back, plank balance. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. You're going to do 10 of these. Wherever you're at, play. Keep that belly in. Keep those hips up. It's a little more accessible if you take your feet a hair wider. Now, I'm on my last ones. Whenever you're done with either your 10 breaths or your 10 planks, push back downward dog. Full breath in, complete breath out. Keep breathing. Get the weight back into your legs, so keep pushing the hands down and forward. So the chest comes back to the toenails. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel. Come up, bent arm to bent knee. Extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Balance beam. That means our front heel is in line with our back arch. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6, 9. Your toes are just in front of 9, the back toes. Plug the arm in if it's not there. Sweep the bicep up along the cheek. If you want to go right hand down to the block or the floor, feel free. If you want to rotate open. You want to go for that bind? Okay, check it out. That's what you do. Hand, and you go underneath your right leg, and you're going to turn your hand like your fingernails are on your butt cheek on your right side. Your left hand you're going to take up and over to clasp, or you're going to drop the strap from your left hand into your right. Now look forward. Now start to open the chest. One more breath. Release the bind or lower the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Climb the elbow to the knee. Need to pause and plug the arm in. When you're ready, the bicep up along the cheek. If you're going to lower the hand, go for it. Inside the foot, a little more accessible. A little more behind the foot, a little more challenging. Pull the belly in, pull the shutters closed. Start to take the top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs forward. If you want to go to the bottom, the left hand goes left leg to your left butt cheek. Your right hand reaches up and over. Clasp the hand. Look forward to the front of the mat. The spine's long. Now you can rotate open. Take that right shoulder back. Wherever you're at, release. Spin the back heel up. Step back, downward dog. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Reach your right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Inhale, come up. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana. Push from your left foot to your right heel. Forward. Bring the leg up. Open the hip. Cross the ankle over the knee. Standing pigeon. Sit back. Remember the heel and the toes things? Same thing. Your right heel should be heavy, and you should be able to move your right toes. Now, you can push your hands Anjali Mudra, or you can bring one hand on your knee and one on your ankle, but keep your right sit bone going back more. See, this wants to happen? So I got to go right sit bone back to the wall behind me, left knee forward a little bit. One more breath. Inhale, come up, release the leg. Bring the arms along the sides. Supination. Hinge at the hip. Kick the leg back as you float airplane. Yes. Then leg down to the floor. Then hands down to the floor. Step back down. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Inhale, come up. Here are one. See, this is inflection. We got this hip. So we're going to push from that right foot into this left heel as we step forward. There's the engagement. Then the up, we open. Now we're going to sit back. This time I'm going to take my left sit bone back a little bit further than my right. Yep. Active from your feet. Every part of your body super engaged. Keep sitting back. Push the hands together so you're powerful in the upper body. Yep, sit back a little bit deeper. Big opener in the back of that left leg and the left hip. Inhale, come up, release the leg. Arms along the sides. Palms to the sky a little bit, yep. Hinge at the hip. Kick the leg back. When you're ready, float the leg down. Then the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Stay with your breath. take the feet wide, walk the hands back, come to Malasana or squat pose. So you can always take your blanket or roll up the back of your mat and put your heels on the blanket if this gives you a little more space. All right, this will help you too. Now what you want to do is this little divot here is where the back of my arm goes, my tricep. Now before I stretch my groins and my adductors, the inside of my thighs, I have to engage those muscles. So you want to squeeze on your elbows first to the back of your arms. Now push your elbows away. There's the stretch. Now push your elbows down into your knees and feel you can bring your spine back up a little bit. Yeah, so this shit is right? You're looking out. Now, if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to work crow, you're going to lift the hips up and you're going to place your hands just like they would be in downward dog. Now, if I'm coming from Malasana, I keep my knees on the outside of my arms because I like that more. I like to have a little more muscle energy, more adduction. But you can take your knees and stack them on the back of your arms. That'll give you more foundation. Then no matter where you're at, you're going to walk your feet to the midline so that your big toe mounds are touching. Then you're going to look forward, and you're going to bring the weight forward. And all of a sudden, the feet are going to start to get light. When that happens, you're going to pull your heels to your butt, and you're going to push your hands down. Nice, y'all. Yeah. Awesome. And then when you're ready, lower all the way down. See the bend your right leg, your heel to the outside. On your left, you're going to bring your foot either into the crease of your elbow or one under your shin and one under your ankle. It's pretty challenging with my bad knee, and I didn't bring my brace today, so it's a little hard sometimes for me to get it up here, but this is where it would be. See, now I got to push out of my big toe mound and pull the pinky toe side of my foot back. Otherwise, my foot is like this. It's sickled. Does this look like Tadasana, mountain pose? No. This is mountain pose, right? So we're going to try to come back to this the best that you can. Listen, the path of least resistance will always take over the misalignment, always. Right? Your body is always going to go that way. Alignment's a little more challenging, right? So we're going to try to work for that. As the name implies, you go side to side a little bit. Y'all want to hit the arm balance? We didn't do a bunch of twists, but we certainly a couple. And you're going to take it high on your arm. Squeeze your arm between your legs. Otherwise, squeeze. Now we're going to place our hands down just like downward dog. Same way. Here's a little core. You can take your right ankle. You're going to bring it over your left. Then you're going to bring your feet to the outside of your hand. Both hands down. Now, feet to the hand inward. Yeah. Now, this is what I always see. You got to lower down, but I always see this right arm locked out like this. You got to bend it. Bring your chest forward. Squeeze your thighs together. So adduct, and it's going to bring you up. Now I got to take the shoulder back. Astavakrasana. Yes, yes. Keep squeezing your thighs. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Let's try side two. Baby cradle. We're in the back of the hip again, right? So we're opening up the back of the hip. Stay nice and activated. What's the definition of muscle energy? An engagement to support a joint, right? So being at this knee, knees are awesome this way and terrible this way. It's this way right now, right? So you got to protect that shit. That's why you got to push out like you're pushing on the gas pedal, because that's going to start to shoot the energy up the leg and give a little stability here into that joint. Same thing in the hip. Still hugging in a little bit, even though the leg's an abduction, right? Which means it's moving out. Adduction means in. But that's the connection. Now, if you stay here, awesome. If you're going to work the arm balance, leg up, arm underneath, squeeze. Place both hands down, just like downward dog. Left ankle over right, feet to the outside. Bend both elbows. Think chaturanga. So your chest has to go forward. See, I'm in the little cradle right here. Now I'm going to squeeze my legs together like I'm reaching my feet towards that brick wall over there. And I'm going to take that left shoulder back. It's going to try to fall forward on me. Try to take your legs out that way, your feet out a little more. Yeah, because it looks like they're under you a little too much. Yeah. Yep. Yes, bring your chest to the floor. Chest to the floor. Yes, squeeze your thighs. Yes, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Yes. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, the clock's moving pretty good on us here. Spin around, all fours, hands and knees. I got to get a quad stretch with y'all. All right. Then downward dog. Plank and then downward dog. Now we're going to work a little side plank. I've worked with y'all. You know what? Sorry. Exhale, lower your knees. Real quick. Let me just show you. So I can be here. Okay, I could bring the foot in front. I can stack the feet up, but I'm turning. Now I can stay here and hold. This would be a little more static. If I want to work dynamic, I'm going to inhale, come back to plank, swap side two. Remember I said you got to decelerate? See, I want to go this way. I got to lock that back in. That's going to be the challenge of moving a little more dynamic is you got to be able to stabilize that shit, all right? So if you want to play back and forth, keep alternating. If you're going to hold static, I'll say switch to side two. Okay? So back to all fours, then back to plank, then downward dog. And take a couple breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. When you're ready, roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front. If you're going to alternate into your side two, keep going. Static. Keep turning that bicep forward. Push out of those big toe mounds like you're pushing on a gas pedal. Maybe reach up. Maybe look up. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Push back to downward dog. Keep alternating. If you're ready for side two, roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Draw that right elbow back to connect into the upper back. Maybe reach up to the sky. Pull the pelvic floor in, pull the belly in, pull the shutters. One more breath. If you're alternating, balance your sides out. Push back, downward dog. We'll meet back in downward dog. Nice, y'all. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, pigeon. Okay, so you're going to try to get your shin as parallel with the top of the mat as you can. Again, with this bad knee, I can't do the rotation to the low leg like that. So you're going to see me. I have no choice but to let my foot sit like this. I can't bring it like this. It's just too much into my knee. So I got to be here. But I'm still going to activate. Right? It's not just going to hang out. That's not an option. I still got to activate it. So you want to push out of that big toe mound, pull the pinky toe side of the foot back. Keep ripping the knees together. If I want to take my hands off the floor, that's how much muscle energy I have. I can take them off any moment I want. Yeah, it's lots of power in your legs. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button in. When you pull your shutters closed, that's when you lift the thoracic spine. If you want to go for the fold, now's the time to fold. But look where I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go to this. This is everything we just worked on to not happen, right? We want to be out here, where the spine's nice and neutral. The muscles in the back of the neck are working. The muscles in the upper back working, which then lets the upper trunk be neutral so the arms can settle into the sockets. Right, that little song, the knee bone's connected to the hip bone and all that shit, it's true. All the shit connects. And if one's out, it's going to throw something else out. Keep the back of your neck sliding to the ceiling, but bring your chest towards the floor. And that's where the big opener happens. In the back of the hip again. But down the back of the leg as well. Inhale, come up. I'll try this with y'all. Let's see. Bend the left knee. You're going to reach back with your right hand, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. I got it. Take your left hand outside your mat so your fingers are off the mat. Turn the bicep forward so you root into the upper back. Start to open the chest towards the sky. Now draw that heel towards the sit bone for the quad stretch. Don't lose your belly. Don't lose those shudders. Path of least resistance. They're like, nah, I don't want to do that. You're like, no, you do. I need you to turn on. Hold this space for me, right? So I can stay safe here as I work my pose. One more breath. Watch the boing as you release. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hands. Lift the hips. Right leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then lower it down. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, pigeon. So you can see on this side, I can get this shin a little more parallel with the top of the mat. But I go with whatever feels good to me, right? I'm surely not up here beating myself up like, oh, I can't get that shin parallel. Like, that doesn't mean shit. I'm just going to practice the best that I can, right? I work from the foot. I hugged it in. I get all that lift. Remember, anytime I do this, I'm holding myself. And then if I want to go for the fold, see, even here, I'm lighting my hands as I fold. Everything is controllable here. Difference, right? When we fully. And then as I lower, I let my chest go first. So opposing forces. The back of my neck or my throat is sliding to the ceiling as my chest softens towards the mat. Nice, y'all. And you feel big opener in the back of the hip and down the back of the leg again. And then inhale, come up. You're going to bend that right knee, reach back with your left hand. Ankle, foot, or strap. You're going to walk your right hand towards the edge of the mat so the fingers are probably off of it. You're going to turn the bicep forward to root into the upper back. You're going to twist. Keep the belly and the shudders in. Yep. Now pull the heel towards the sit bone to work that quad stretch. See, when we lose our belly and our shudders, we just manipulate our ribs. We're looking to rotate our spine. That's obliques and spinoerectors. One more breath. Watch the boing as you release. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand down. Lift the hips. Leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Lower it down. Look forward. Bend your knees. Step or jump between your hands. Swing your arms up. Take a nice big reach. And curl back a little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Nice, y'all. Grab your mats. Find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. Use it all. Come up front. We can move the plant out of the way. Use the door over here. There'll be plenty of room for everybody. We'll work down. If you're going to do downward dog and L pose, work light. If you're going to kick up into handstand or headstand or tripod. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you just lay on your back. Knee to the chest. Interlace the hands behind the thigh. Go to the sky. Breaths here. And then you'll swap side two. If you are at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert, no problem. The wall, you could, okay? Whatever you want to play with. I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. You could do headstand, tripod, pincha. We did shoulder stuff. Whatever feels good to you. If you want to go a little further, you can do crow, tripod, back to crow, chaturanga. If you want to keep going from there, downward dog, flying bakasana. So flying crow, you jump to the back of your arms. wherever you want to go. All right? So if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go whenever you're ready. Fours, take a couple breaths. Lift the knees and the hips. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. With your downward dog and with your legs straight, you'll be in L pose. Yeah, you want your legs, your thighs parallel with the floor in L pose. Now everybody, bring your chest back towards the wall that your feet are on. And the arms are going to really go up overhead. There's going to be this big opener in the upper back. And you stay as long as you want, and when you're ready, you come down. Maybe you try again, or you try a different inversion, or it's to you. Nice, y'all. So you go crow. Here, I got a dip under. Here. I come back down. I'm just moving kind of quick. Now I got to look forward. This out. Crow. Chaturanga. Downward dog. Let's see where this goes. Flying Bakasana. And then I go back into it again and make it like a vinyasa. That used to be like one of my inversion vinyasas. And I would go back to tripod, come back down, chaturanga, asana, and on and on. That's when I was a younger guy. Because remember, the practice never ends, right? It's just going to give you something else to practice. And you're going to work hard for that shit. Months, sometimes. And what does yoga do? Yes. Yes. Dude, that was really good. Like, yoga's like second, right? Yoga's like, oh, great job. And real quick, it's like, okay, here's the next thing for you to work on. Right? That's why you never let yourself get pissed off over this shit, right? You're just practicing. That's the success, right? You're here. You're doing it. Give yourself maybe about another 30 seconds or so. If you're going to invert, go for it. If you're ready to meet on your backs, we'll meet on our backs. Back bends are next. The what? Oh, the twist with the abs? Like the twist with the block, you mean, right? Yeah, I knew what you meant. I said twist with the abs. No kidding, right? Those are the muscles that are supposed to we're working. Well, really, it's obliques and yeah. All right, when you're ready, we'll meet on our backs. So as always, right, supported bridge on tap. If you want to work supported bridge, I'm going to talk you through two back bends, first bridge, then wheel. But supported bridge is where you take the block and you put it here at your sacrum. The sacrum is the top of your pelvis. It's a solid piece. So where your crack is too low, and is too high, right here. Now we tend, I go high sometimes. I know some of y'all do the block up this high. Also, so wherever you want to play, okay? We're going to start on our backs. Knees are bent, and we want to take our like our arms out to the side, and with our fingertips, that's going to give you an idea that your knees are stacked up on top of your ankles. That's where we want to be. We'll take another breath. We're going to feel the sacrum into the mat. What wants to happen here? The misalignment is your belly button wants to fly to the sky. There's that anterior pelvic tilt we talked about. So when we bring our belly to our spine, we're going to feel the back of the pelvis. We want that. Now your head and your shoulders are back. For shoulders, you could even robot here and get a little more. Now charge the legs up. Push down into your heels. Sweep your inner heels out. Hug your shins in, your butt. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips. There's a lot of but that's the game, right? Now, as you take the shoulders under a little bit deeper, you feel them slide onto the back a little more, those shoulder blades. Now we reach our knees forward, reach the upper palate of the mouth back. You could even go a little deeper, so keep your belly button to your spine, bring your sit bones to the backs of your knees. It's going to puff up that lumbar. Gently push the feet down and forward, and you'll feel this big back bend happening under the shoulder blades in that thoracic spine. One more breath. Now stay engaged as you lower down. See if you get your sacrum to land flat when you go down. So it's belly like the backs of your knees. Then take the feet wide, let the knees touch, hands to cactus or field goal. So we'll work the shoulder opener one more time. Now on the second one, I'll bring you first into bridge, and then those either want to go in a wheel. If you want to work supported bridge, whatever you want to play with. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms to the sides. Charge the legs up. Neutral, fire up the core. Head and shoulders back. Slowly lift the hips. If you're going to go into wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Plug your shoulders back. Push down and come up. You want to lift your heels up. Nice, y'all. You want to pump your heart towards the wall you're looking at. It's going to slide those arms on your back even deeper. One more breath. Awesome, crew. Stay engaged as you lower down wherever you're at. Sacrum lands flat. Take it wide, let the knees touch. Hands to cactus or field goal. And then open the knees and windshield wiper side to side. Belly's in. Otherwise, you're just going to manipulate those ribs. And those little SI joints and the hinges in the back of your pelvis, they're going to start to get worked out a little bit. We don't want that, right? We worked hard to put our body into alignment, and you worked real hard for that. When you balance both sides out, come to neutral. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Make a couple little small circles on your low back or the top of your pelvis. Feels nice. Keep the right. So lower the back of the thigh. Reach the right heel to the sky. Interlace the hands behind the thigh. As you root the back of your left thigh to the floor, maybe start to draw the front of your thigh towards your face. There's the back of the leg one more time. Bend the knee. Hug the left knee in as you release the back of that right thigh. Hug your left knee to your chest. Take your right leg out. Heels off the mat. Take a breath here. When you're ready, back of the leg toward. Interlace the hands behind your left thigh as you reach the heel to the sky. External rotation of the thigh, which means the out seam has to your thigh, your ribs. Sometimes we take the thumb, we put the thumb like here at the crease of the hip. If we persuade it forward, that. One more breath. Bend the knee. Chest. Thigh. Give yourself again. And lower your feet to the floor. All right, grab your block. So we have a couple of different places we can play. If the block, we're going to work a dynamic twist. So we're going to be here. Just so y'all can see. So I want to either be here between my thighs. This will be the most accessible. I want to be here between my calf muscles. This is going to be like medium. Here, my ankles. This will be a little bit harder. Wherever you want to play. Okay? So put the block wherever feels good to you. I'm going to go in the middle just for the fun here. Now, sacrum's flat. Take the arms out to the side. Sweep your inner heels away from each other. They're going to try to touch. Sweep them away. Now, lower your knees to the right. Inhale. Inhale them back up. Keep going. Use your hands out to the side to give you a little more stability. If they're closer to your body, like along your sides, that's going to make it a little more challenging. I like both. Stay with your breath. Spread the toes. Keep those heels sweeping out. One more breath. Balance the sides out. When you're ready, release the block, lower the feet to the floor. Knees bent. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. We got to release those hip flexors. Wide, baby. One more time here, back of the hip. Keep your sacrum flat. So see, if I hold my toes, right, this is very edgy for me. I could like, here today, I could keep my sacrum flat. Sometimes this happens, and I'm rolling up, right, to my lumbar spine. When that happens, I let go of my feet, and I hold the outside of my knees. Now I can go neutral pelvis, and I can take my knees real wide so that they're wider than my shoulders. That's where you want to be. Draw your knees towards your ears. And there's a nice opener in the inner thigh, in the back of the hip. You can reach one leg out or both legs out. Go to the back of the legs one more time. Ready? Inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat. You're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. You just lift up your butt a little bit from the mat. Take your hands and push the fleshiness towards your heels. And then place your butt back down onto the mat. And you'll feel this real nice settling come over the low back and the pelvis. And let the legs stretch out. Let the feet gently roll open. Bring the arms along the sides. Now, just as we say in our practice, we're going to let the shoulders root back. So if you turn the open palm to the sky, let the shoulders settle back a little bit. Then let your head rest back. Maybe let your eyes close. Allow the tongue to soften from the roof of the mouth. And let your body get heavy. We let our mind get light. It softens. It turns back to the breath. The exhale as it clears and removes and makes space. And the inhale as it draws in something new, the change, all the hard work. And the heart opens. The heart opens as it collects the practice, as it gets ready to move the practice into the yoga of life, the practice of life. And yoga shows us if we do the work, we're going to get that reward. Sometimes the work is difficult, it's challenging, sometimes it's accessible. in order to receive that reward, we have to dive in. And whether it's on the mat or in the yoga of life, the same way we take a breath and we set our foundation, engage, and we express the best that we have. With each breath is a new moment, another opportunity, another chance. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath as it washes over the body, your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart. As we reawaken a better version of ourselves, crisper, clearer, more in tune, more aware. As the fingers and the toes begin to wiggle, maybe the arms and the legs begin to stretch, or we move in a way that feels good to us. We take our time, we move slowly, move consciously, aware of each action. Taking your time, when you're ready, you can hold your chest and just roll to the right side. Take a couple breaths here. Hands underneath the head. When you're ready, you can push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together, closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together with our Kula, our yoga family. Together, the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of the hard work, determination, and challenge, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Any questions or anything? Anything feels weird? Get me before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all next week.
So when I'm flat and my arms are above me, I cannot bring the so much pain to the shoulder. What can I do? I function okay, but like this.
Like when you take your arm up overhead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably